obviously the various organizations within Rastafari, they function differently. The 12 tribes have their way of repatriating people. I would say the 12 tribes are the most organized in this manner, because they do send, up to now, they're still sending groups. And we have the Bubuman, the Ethiopian World Federation, the Nabing, everybody's working towards that goal, you know. Some is choosing Ethiopia, some is going to Ghana. We must remember some countries have very little time since their own independence to try to plan for a mass immigration of Africans, for instance. While other countries like Ghana have at least a skeleton, a framework for repatriation. So if you come into Ghana, you can get certain help. And as if you come from an English-speaking country, you have quite easy to understand how the structure is set up. Ethiopia don't run like that, as I know very well. Yeah. So it takes time to get into how the country runs and so forth. And they, up to today, they not done all that work that they could do. You know, they have promised the Rastafari community to give all Rasses who have been at least 10 years in Ethiopia, give us a national ID. Yeah, and that will give us the same right as an Ethiopian. The only thing, we're not allowed to vote, and we're not allowed to go into work in the police administration, which I don't think most of us have any great wish to do anyway. Yeah, so we will be looked upon as born Ethiopians, and that will greatly enhance our chance to live up in the country and so forth, you know. And that is happening. You know, South Africa, we know that Rastafari is very big in terms of numbers in South Africa. So there are great works going on from South Africa, you know. And Rasses in every country getting together, every country, in all African countries, we start seeing Nyabingi tabernacles being built. People is getting together, like Ras Flacco was saying, the holidays, where we call them Hola days, or yeah, Rasta celebration days. We are getting into a universal order where we all really singing the same song then, you know. And the same question from Africa is like, the question where the brethren ask, that is the question where upon every African brethren lip and sister too, saying what happened to all the Rastaman from the West? Because we hear so much singing about Africa, everybody sing about Africa and going home. But how many of the singers and players even come visit Ainai, you know? We can count on the left hands, you know, who really come Shashimane and who really come to see, you know. So we want to see more of that, you know, and everyone who, don't be afraid of Africa, you know. Come traveling. If you never come there yet, come traveling. Go see for yourself. Involve in Africa, build up, and you will see within I generation lifetime, we will see Africa reach that position of being the first world, and everything will come after. Because Africa was glorious, and Africa will raise to a new glorious stage. You know, it's just reality, you know. But it will be glorious to see more ones and ones coming together, and I think this is the time where we will pool the Caribbean and the African and the European and the Asian, pull this together, because I think it's every conscious person in the world, it's of their interest to see Africa grow, you know. That means most people in the world want to see good in Africa, so Africa will experience good. It's just like that. Haile I, Selassie I. Yes, come forward. That is such a powerful question, Rasta, because that is the stage where we reach now, you know, in the world affairs of men and people. That there is some questions, certain, that has not been posed, and the people have always shunned them in the congregation of the world leaders, you know. But there is questions that need to be posed. And I think residing in a country, having access to that country's culture and knowledge and language and so forth, yes, if one have that spirit and feel that, one should absolutely do that, you know, because these are things, the reparation thing is not the way one nation will do, you know, but somebody will have to do it first. If England do it, France will have to do it. When France do it, Belgium bound to do it, and Holland, and Spain, and Portugal, and Germany. It will come. It will happen, you know. It will happen, but it will happen quicker if more people act on it, you know, with consciously going to talk. If the I have link, for instance, in a Germany, talk to German man and really see how do they feel about this issue. This issue need to be raised on United Nation level, you know, and these levels where world leaders really come as a forum, come together, because if we don't have universal reparation, we can never get rid of terrorism. We can never get to that balance where we need to do. Because, okay, you say, okay, forgive me. Yes, but forgiveness is right. Forgiveness is always good, you know. But you have to prove that you're genuine. And say you regret what your grandparents did then. So what can we do to make it right? So very good question, Ras George. Yeah, let's ponder upon that one. Rastafari.
Give thanks to all of you for being here today. We feel the energy, you know. We're thankful. And since we have just very few minutes left, I want to just give a little highlight upon the program that we're gonna have every day here. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we're gonna talk about Rastafari as a universal liberation struggle. So remember, the topic is the internationalization of Rastafari. So we want to kind of analyze this topic from different perspectives. So all of you are invited to come here. And tomorrow we're going to talk about Rastafari universal liberation struggle, giving an insight into the movement from black liberation struggle to universal liberation struggle. So this is like the evolution of Rastafari, and Ras Flakotafari and Ras IB, we're going to talk about that. August 18th, it will be Jamaica Never Expected That. Ras IB is going to recall some of his history about being in Jamaica, we could say as a pioneer of European Rastafari family going into the Caribbean island, since he has been going there since late 70s, early 80s, well, a long time ago. So he's going to share with I his experience in being amongst Rastafari elders, that they would come and meet for the first time a Rastafari brethren from this side of the world. So that is going to be very, very interesting. Please don't miss that one, as don't miss the seminar, the panel we will have about the importance of His Majesty as an international figure, as an international leader, and the work and the actions of His Imperial Majesty. They have been always focused for international morality, international development, in international improvement of human life conditions. So that is the panel called For As the Lightning Comes Out of the East. That will be August 19th at 7 p.m. right here. We're going to be talking about the healing powers of Ital Livity. You know, Rastafari is a way of life. There is not only chanting or praying, but there is food, there is, you know, meditation, there is healing way of life. There is an holistic way of life. And Rasai Bitafari is going to talk about the different holistic aspects of Rastafari way of life. Food for the body, for the mind, and for the soul. So make sure you don't miss that one. And we're going to talk about the benefit of Rastafari livity in everyday life, going through a journey into personal behavior evolution. That will be the day after, on August 21st at 4:30. We're gonna talk about certain aspects of Rastafari livity that could be applied to any kind of faith or not faith, because they are just universal and they are just so full of a healing potential that that we want to highlight and share with all of you. We're gonna be talking about, yes, I mean, behavior and mind and healing and just live better. Yes, the final day, August 22nd at 4:30, we're gonna move to Reggae University, where Ras Flaco Tafari will talk to us about the Rastafari Ancients farm in Jamaica. So there is a farm in Jamaica that is managed by Rastafari, has been created by Rastafari. Ras Flaco is the coordinator of the farm, and this farm is growing foods, fruits, vegetables, not to be for sale, but to be shared amongst Rastafari elders in need. So we know that one of the biggest problems is malnutrition, poverty, lack of funds, lack of money. So many Rastafari elders, they are in need also of good food, because the lack of good food, we know that can provoke, illnesses and sickness that at that age can be even like very, very dangerous. So Ras Flaco Tafari, with the help of an international team, managed to create this farm that we can actually see the picture of it inside the house of Rastafari. We have a small exhibition about this Rastafari farm, and we're going to talk about this and the Reggae University, the 22nd, that is actually the final day of the festival. And there is going to be a video too, where you can see the farm and the team that is managing the farm. So this is it for now. It is just the beginning, and give thanks for being here. Give thanks for all the positive love and energy that you share with I and I. We feel it, and we are thankful for it. Yes? Selassie blessings.
Okay.